Now, holy smokes, am I late in reviewing this. I got this about a year to a year and a half ago, and I was supposed to be reviewing it. Unfortunately, life got in the way, and I was quite busy, and I did not get this installed. There were other reasons why I didn't get this installed quicker, and that was the installation was quite difficult, or at least confusing for somebody like me. Now, on the back of the box, you can see a lot of the specs there. This is actually the P6F model. So it's a motorcycle dash cam front and rear cameras at 1080p. Now, as I'm not a fan of unboxing videos, I'm not really going to go through all the bits and pieces, but rather I'm just going to show the installation. Now, luckily I got this unit for about half price. Currently they're still selling it on eBay for about $342, and thankfully I did not spend this kind of money for this unit. And in the footage you'll see why. But here, as you can see, the cameras are very adjustable, and you do get a front and rear camera. The DVR recorder that you see there contains the SD card, and as you see there, it has some touch buttons on the bottom. You can mount it on the handlebars of your motorcycle, but the unit is big, and the cables that come out of them, there's just so many cables that honestly there's no room on my handlebars for anything like this. Plus, I don't care. I just want to know that it's recording. I don't care to watch what I'm recording. And that little remote there allows you to take pictures, etc. And I don't use that kind of a function. That's not what I would be using this motorcycle dash cam for. Right now, really, I'm just using it for peace of mind. I couldn't get the Wi-Fi to work in the app. And again, it's not a big deal. It does help with positioning the cameras when you first install the DVR, but it was okay. I just pulled the SD card and just to see where the cameras were at, and I was satisfied with the position I had them in. As you'll see here, there are other motorcycle dash cameras out there, and the prices range quite drastically from $69 again, and then the sky's the limit. Now, I'm going to walk you through this little mess of wiring that I have put together. So with this Vsysto system right here, wiring itself for the cameras, no problem. But the wiring for the power, that's the main issue that I think a lot of people have. The black and red for this power cable, okay, that goes to the positive red and negative black terminals. That's easy enough. But it's this particular yellow wire, and where do you set it up? And in my case, what I did to set it up was there's this diagnostic port that's here, down here, beside the battery. You pull that out, and that is made for connect to the ECU. Now, I used to have my gear indicator here switched in right there, but in order to power this camera system, I'm going to disconnect that for now. And what you want to do, and I'll do a close-up of this, is you want to connect this yellow wire to the black and green wire here in this ECU connector. When the key is on, then the unit will be on. So here's the kind of locking tab of this connector, and there's a green wire here. If you turn it around, there's another green and black wire. I thought it was just a black wire, but it's a green and black wire. This is a green and black wire, but the wrong one. So this locking area there, turn it around, and it's this one right here. This is a quick disconnect pin connector. I crimped the yellow wire into it, and then I had to snip or trim this off quite a bit. So I had to trim this whole area off so that this little pin will fit into that small connector. So I'll just plug this in right now into the main module system. The cameras are plugged in, and I'll turn the key, and it should start up the system. There we go. Now you'll see the cameras are plugged in. You can sort of see it doing it there. So that's how you hook it up. The pin is pretty sturdy in there, but I don't want it to loosen just because of the vibration. So I am going to use some electrical tape to get that in there. I'll turn the key off, and everything shuts off. I haven't found this online yet about how to exactly do this. There are other areas where it can connect to the ignition, but I found this was probably the easiest one for me. I don't have to tap into any lines, poke and tap into any of the lines. This is completely removable if I ever want to move the system away, and I don't have to do any patch up. So nice and easy, for me at least. This is how it's going to work. These cables are long. Like, look at all this cable. Either I'm going to cut the cables and shorten everything up, or I'm going to simply just tie it all up and stack it away somewhere. Whatever seems to make the most sense. I'll try to stack it all up and put it away, and if it doesn't seem to fit anywhere, then that's when I will simply just cut it and trim it to my needs. The camera placement, however, we'll go through that in a bit. They have a nice mounting bracket using the tape, which is what I'm going to use. I'm not going to screw it in. There's an option to screw it. The cameras are adjustable for tilt and also for rotation. So they do provide you some tools to rotate the camera and tighten it into place.
And the most important thing here is the camera footage. So obviously I have the front camera as the main camera here, and in the top right hand corner is the rear camera footage. For some reason I can't get the audio working. In the settings I do have it set to on, however I don't have any sound coming from it at this time. Not that it's a big deal, because I've heard some of the footage of the audio from other people and it sounds horrible due to the wind noise. Now the video quality at 1080p seems okay. The only issue I noticed from the front camera is that it is a bit shakier. I'm guessing it's probably because of some wind blast on that particular camera. As you can see, the rear is fairly steady, and this becomes even more evident as soon as I go over 100 kilometers an hour, right about here. As I slow down, the cameras just sort of settle into a mild shake. Now one issue is this waviness that comes across the picture, both front and rear camera. This may be because of that kind of fisheye lens effect, but I'm not quite sure why that is. So this is truly just for a dash cam in case something happens. I think it picks up things fairly nice. I would never use this as a motovlogging camera, as the picture quality isn't quite there and that waviness really bugs me. Now to be fair, this is marketed just as a dash cam for a motorcycle, but for the price of over $300 Canadian, I can't really justify paying that kind of a price for it. And for the price that I paid, around $100 to $150, I can stomach that for a dual camera dash cam. But for the full price of $340 some odd dollars for a camera with mediocre picture quality, audio that doesn't work, and a camera app that is very finicky, I just don't think that something like this is worth it. I'd be interested to try some of the cheaper cameras and see how they turn out. But for now, I'll keep this on my bike and use it for what it is, a dash cam for a motorcycle. Nothing more, nothing less. And time for the joke of the day. I can't stand Russian dolls. They're so full of themselves. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope this is helpful for those people who were trying to install this and didn't know how, and also just for people to see the quality of this particular unit. Please check out my playlist of other motorcycle videos, especially related to this Honda CB300F. And I hope to see you in the next Ladybug adventure.